Right.
Y'all do a lot, you know what I'm saying? And we probably can't show enough gratitude. So, if you get that extra love, extra whatever it seems to be blanket, maybe you deserve it. So
I understand that. What do you want everybody who listens to your music? What do you want them to understand about Biggs?
I want them to know, no matter what anybody say, it is never over until you say it's over.
Right.
Keep working, keep striving. If it's in you to make it, then you can make it.
Right. I notice that a lot of people in our community, we struggle with, everybody has so much talent around us. And a lot of times you can't make people see things that they don't see. You being an artist and trying to maintain your personal life and also trying to fulfill, your calling and, your dreams and taking care of your family and things like that. How do you pull through all of that? Because so many people in our community sometimes, which I know that happens in a lot of communities, they want to give up. They want to give up because they feel like they got to pay the bills, they got to do this, and they can't do that. You understand what I'm saying? So how can they get through all of that?
First things first, you got to put everything in perspective. What comes first? You have to take care of food, shelter, and clothing.
Right.
So, that's one thing we work on. And once you get to a point where you can maintain that and everybody is met successfully, then you start working on your craft as far as music. Because music is not something that just pays off right away. It's something you got to work at. You got to put your time in. And your kids, your family, none of that stops. So you have to maintain that first before you concentrate on this.
What do you want to change about the music industry and why?
The perception that we put out. You know what I'm saying? The image that a lot of brothers portray. We think it's cool to, drug dealer and all that. But then when we see the results of it, like we got this murder, the guy broke into the school. But we're not thinking that we portray those images on TV as far as movies, as far as rappers, singers. We built those characters. So now it's just coming back home.
Right. Who do you admire in the rap game? It could be somebody in the past or somebody in, the present.
Yeah. This is the second time I answered this question.
That's good. That's the third.
The artist is LL Cool J.
Okay.
Without a doubt, LL to me is the greatest. I was there watching him do it when I was young, and LL still doing it right now. You have to respect that. So if you're a real hip hop head and you can't respect somebody who's been doing something 25, 30 years, maybe you're in the wrong profession.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what is the difference between sacrifice and settling?
Man, sacrifice. You got to realize that you're going to lose something great. You know what I'm saying? Settling, that's something you should never do because you're going to always have regrets. You're going to have to look back and say, I could have been, what if? I have no. I'm settling for nothing. I'm going in with everything I got.
2 more questions. For people that struggle with trying to be them because they're trying to make everyone else happy, how do you deal with something like that? Should you come first or should you put other people first?
You know what? If you are built from the right cloth, you
I
can
like
satisfy yourself and realize that you have to be respected in civilization. So you'll really be satisfying everyone. But you have to be built from that cloth.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you explain to some people what do you mean by the cloth? Because some people may not understand what that is. You know what I'm saying?
Bring them up. When I say built from that cloth, I'm talking about I was raised with honor, respect. I try to deal as truthful as possible. And when someone's dealing like that and you feel that respect and honor coming your way, then you have to give it back. Unless you are out of character, from the wrong cloth, and then I know not to deal with you. So
one of the things in Spiritual Detox that inspired me to do this was that a lot of people feel as though that when it comes to work and wanting something and earning something and wanting respect, they don't realize it takes time, patience, and you have to master it, and you have to be consistent, and it has to be something that you really, 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 really feel. But work comes. You got to work. Right. How do you feel about some people who always, and me, our kids do it too sometimes, who always think that they're going to get things overnight?
Man, that was a great question. You know what? Only thing I can say is you live that and see how far you get. You know what I'm saying? If you don't believe that you got to work to have something, then let's see how far you get living like that.
Right.
You have to work. You have to be persistent, and you have to know in yourself, this is what I'm meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what nobody says, you know that, and you hold on to that.
Mm-hmm. What do you have? I mean, where can we go find your site at? And you know, you have a restaurant too, also too.
Yeah, but it's an online site.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I'm working through Facebook. I hand out. I take.
Wait a minute, hold on.
menus.
You know that's a really that's a good idea. I've never heard of a food line being on the line. Like, wow, wait, how did you even come up with that concept?
You know what? Great question. My girlfriend came up with the idea of selling some dinners to help me with some.
Somebody, right?
For the
right,
music.
right.
And I said, you know what? Let's put a title on this and put this online.
Mm-hmm.
And that just shaped it from being a little dinner sale into a business.
Wow.
And we just run into it from there.
All right, one more question. No, two more questions before I end this out. This is getting good. I know you said your girlfriend, so it sounds like to me that you're very, you're good with who you're with. Love. You love love?
Of course I love love.
Okay, so I noticed that a lot of people, to me personally, that's the biggest impact on a lot of people's lives is relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So as a man, sometimes it's hard for you guys, you know, when it's a woman, you know how we are. We're emotional, and you guys are more hard and things like that. What is the right woman to be with a man in this type of industry?
An understanding woman. She has to realize that sometimes it just comes along with the territory, you know. Girls touching me, girls, excited, want to talk, you know what I'm saying? But she's very patient. She's real good with everything, and she understands that I'm out here for us.
Do you think that has to be a woman?